years ago, I had a PT who was working with me, and he would ask questions, good questions, great therapist at that time. I don't know what he's doing now. A lot of the time would be these questions as to why even me? Why would I value something or not value something, or why would another coach or therapist value something? I don't know. If I don't value it, here's why I don't value it. As social media gives us eyes onto what so many people are doing or not doing, it's very, very easy to hear this antagonistic message that you don't need to do certain things. Sometimes you'll hear a message that you should be doing all of these things. I'm more concerned about the ones that are saying you don't need to do these things, that then challenge me. They challenge what I think. People ask me that all the time, and I'm like, dude, of course I listen. I have no choice. It's really challenging because you try to figure out then, why are these people saying what they're saying when it's something that I have found to be very, very useful and important. Here's why I think. If this is a reticence or a fear or a concern to have a message of restriction, meaning we can't do this right now, maybe they're not even saying right now, or we're not gonna deadlift, but they don't say we're not gonna deadlift yet. They don't say that, and then that kind of keeps them away from doing special exercises for movement. I might suggest that we're asking for trouble sometimes. And if we're asking for trouble, out of those, there's gonna be a portion of people that get hurt. If that happens with that messenger that has this message of restriction, I'm pretty sure those clients are not staying with that therapist or that coach. So now it's way easier to not remember that failure because we learn from failure. So if that person just doesn't show up, or they don't renew their efforts with you, or they go to work with somebody else and you don't see it, it's not easy for you to remember because they probably didn't even tell you that their back hurts. So that's why they're not coming, because they have this loyalty to you. They don't want to say something that makes you feel bad. The opposite works with therapists, meaning, and again, this is a lot of people that I see. It's like, yeah, I didn't go to therapy. They weren't doing anything. These are people that have a higher training age. They know how to train. Whatever they're doing in commercial therapy is just not helping them. That's okay. Like, I can't help everybody. I'm not a magician, but it's not because at least I think it's not because we're not challenging the proper systems. We're just not finding the right key. We're not finding the right wormhole. That can be. But that person just leaves and they don't go back. And does that therapist identify that they were not successful? I don't think they are. So then they become more ardent in their ways because it's way easier to remember their successes than to remember their failures. Again, writing everything down would probably be a good way to judge. I'm not just talking about therapists documenting, even though I don't know too many trainers that document at the same level. I know more coaches that do it, but they're just looking at numbers. I don't know that they're documenting everything on like what a PT or a medical professional. I don't know that you have to, but it might be interesting to see if these solutions come to the surface. But that's where you might be reminded of your failures a little bit and not be as staunch in what it is that you're doing that might not be above board all the time.